BAE plays a critical role in the industries that you serve, and we're going to talk about the defense industry today. And I read a lot, and I'm going to put my curiosity hat on here to begin. In your opinion, how is AI and autonomy changing combat?
It's definitely changing, and I'll give you two perspectives. One from the perspective of the end capability, because at the end of the day, everything we do is to give some capability to the warfighter to defend us. That's our goal, right? As a defense company. So in terms of how do you enhance that capability, the end product that we give our warfighters, AI and autonomy plays a role there in giving that soldier that capability, the warfighter that capability. Think of it in terms of these bomb disposable units that have these autonomous robots that go, they're disposable. So similarly, we want to make sure our warfighters, we mitigate the risks for them as much as we can through our products. So that's why we leverage autonomous solutions. So if a warfighter does not have to be in a high-risk situation and there's a solution for that, a technology solution for it, our goal is to get that to the warfighter so they can leverage that. So they can stay further behind maybe or make decisions using these autonomy AI systems so they don't have to actually go closer to the threat. So that's one way. The other way I would say is in our processes of technology development to get that capability in the soldier's hand, in the warfighter's hand, right? So one is the end capability I spoke about. The other is the speed at which we can go now because of these tools to help get that capability, help defeat the threat, help develop the technology faster, better, predict risks better, and things of that nature. So those are the two perspectives AI and autonomy has been playing in the defense area.
I mean, we can all say, and our listeners will agree, we've come a long way since the original military's leader-follower program, where it seems prepping for this podcast that AI and autonomy is through all branches of the service, not just limited. Is that what you're seeing from the BAE side?
Yes, absolutely. It's in all branches and it's actually at multiple levels. So we generally don't think of AI. You think of the robots walking around doing something, shooting. That's more dramatic, right? But for us, AI and autonomy is more important, for example, in terms of reducing crew burden. There's a lot of sensors, a lot of stimuli that's in a combat vehicle these days. So how do you help that warfighter make decisions quickly, not overload with all the sense information? So actually, autonomy and AI is used a lot there in terms of aided target recognition, in terms of helping the crew reduce their burden, mission planning, for example, giving recommendations. Think GPS system. When is the last time you looked at a map, right? You plug in the address, you sit down, and then you just follow the instructions. So that's your burden that's reduced. Now you can focus on the driving, not have to worry about navigating. So that's a simple example. Similarly, we have systems for the warfighters as well to reduce that crew burden.
If you look at going back to the original leader-follower program, there was a lot of feedback that the Army has declassified over time with the feedback that they've learned from that program. As BAE is developing systems, are you getting input from war fighters or from the various departments because they're actively out there using it and said, well, sir, if you do this or you add this, we can see a 10x increase in safety or 10x increase in performance? Are you gathering that feedback and incorporating that into what you're building?
Yeah, actually, that's critical to our development process. So we have multiple touch points for the warfighters to come into our labs. We go to their labs as well. We work jointly in trying to understand what the capability can do for them. This has become more important in today's world because if you look at the past history, the Department of Defense would create requirements for a solution, and then the requirements would go out, we would bid on it, we would create the product. That's a 4 to 7 year life cycle you're looking at. With the way the threats are evolving because of this rapid technology development pace, we have to come up with different strategies that are equally fast or faster, okay? And in order to do that, we jointly work with the soldiers, the sailors, Marines, warfighters, all of them, and even the administrative side to manage requirements and things like that. and we incorporate this feedback into our products so we can make better products. That's a constant, that's a loop that we have, a human in the loop.
So you have the human in the loop, but would you say the accelerant or the gas that's allowing you to stay ahead is software?
I think digital engineering, digital engineering, what it does is it gives you the ability to simulate environments rapidly at a very low cost. Okay, and you'll never get rid of the physical testing. That's important. That's important to validate the models. That's important to give you that confidence that your product's going to work. But what digital engineering does, what modeling and simulation, an element of digital engineering does for you, is gives you the opportunity to mitigate the number of physical tests needed and explore a trade space that you probably could not have done. Cost aside, sometimes the real world limitations exist and you can't explore all those scenarios. But in a digital environment, in a synthetic environment, you could run thousands, 10,000s of scenarios, snow, ice, wind, night, day, doing that. So that ability to do that quickly does two things for us. Once, it helps with the pace of development of the technology, the capability we are looking to develop. And secondly, it helps us understand the risks and mitigate and left shift that whole cycle earlier. So those are the two main advantages, I would say.